Alright, get these in the smoker by 9 o'clock. It is 12 minutes from now. So I got one stack of 3 baby briskets here. We got briskets, by the way, beef briskets we're working with. And this one's pretty big and fatty, this one's a little leaner. And first things first, just look at all the air dried, usually on the sides. They're pretty hot. Aged. It's actually premium beef. It's the aged portion of the cut. But I don't know about that. So we're currently, for the next 3 months for sure, saving all of our nice slit and trim for the hunters from hunting season, our pals at the local game processing plant. Hook us up with bones and discard, maybe even some antlers for the doggies this year for our club members only. So we're gonna have some elk bone broth on deck this winter time. Just gonna do that. So basically trying to get it, they're going to set in the smoker on this side. So I want to trim off any fat that's just going to run off the edge or drip off the cliff, so to speak, in the smoker. I'm trying to trim it on this kind of an angle. Not trimming away any meat, that's all perfectly good. Brisket here. Sold out of these today. We're only doing 3 tonight because I've only got 3 left. But I usually like to cook 4 at a time on hot brisket day, especially Thursday and Sunday. And tomorrow's Sunday, so in the smoker at 9, out at noon. That's pretty much good for how we do it around here. Just hanging on anyway. Sure, it's good luck when you feed your local birds. I don't know if it's written down as fact, truth of life. I swear by it. It's always a good idea to feed your local crows. Magpies have got chickadees, well, meat, and of course the chickens. Once we enclose the old corral, that's going to be our big old chicken coop for 35, maybe 50 birds, and get them laying eggs all year round. Eating this, turning that into eggs. Sweet deal. An old butcher from Lancaster, PA. as everybody from Pennsylvania calls Pennsylvania. Anyway, he was in the shop today, and I mentioned that I want to be in the nationwide shipping business, and he was talking about how they were USDA inspected facility and pumping out from 40 to 1,500 head a day. Unbelievable numbers. Anyway, for an independent processor anyway. He said their whole facility for USDA stuff is tile walls, ceilings, probably floors, probably concrete floors, but nice and epoxy sealed concrete floors. Any speck of rust on the walls, if you have the metal paneling like we do, had to be scrubbed and cleaned off and resealed or painted or whatever. There's no rust anywhere. Like hyper inspections. The county's good and checks, but they're kind of sticklers. But we're getting there. Who's wrong with it? They made us label every tiny little ingredient, which on some level is like, wait a second, are they just trying to like centralize, computerize, digitize everybody's like every secret recipe with all the secret ingredients from every little mom and pop shop? So eventually the robots can just remake all the stuff that's special about basically rural America and hole-in-the-wall city spots. Maybe I'm just getting a little too conspiracy minded. But you're not gonna like handwrite all those ingredient listings on everything. You're gonna pull up a little Word file, a document, and print it. And then it's like in the matrix, so to speak. Only the Amish recipes will survive. Maybe. Or the escape system, so to speak. Everybody's gonna know all the secret ingredients in the brisket now. What the hell? I don't know how I do it exactly, but I mean, you gotta watch it right now. Okay, everybody stop watching. What can wonder. But it's the beef. It's that Colorado beef, eh? I feel Canadian when I say Colorado. Like Coloradans say. Colorado. Baby brisket 1, baby brisket 2, big baby briskets. These are usually my samplers. But they're just kind of ugly. But they're nice, you know? Just because they're ugly doesn't mean they're not nice. Whoa. That's something here. Piece of beef there. It just wants to break apart in my hand. Sweet, just like that, we're done. Alright, now, since we're already here. Nice, it didn't even take 9 minutes. Rub on the display on the shelf. I'm hyper clean, but I worked in microbiology and mycology labs growing mushrooms and stuff. You just have to be clean, man, or you're gonna grow mold and it's gross. And in this world, you're just gonna contaminate everything. It's just disgusting. And anyway, that's why like this hand's still clean. Generally, it's got ash on it because I was just cleaning out the smoker and then went and scattered the ash on my new fruit trees. Got 10 apples 5 Liberty Trees, 5 Honey Crisps, and 13 cherries, 10 Christian sweet semi-dwarf red cherries, and 3 black tartarians. Cool. They all seem to be growing. Really enjoying where they are. Alright. I always forget once I stick them. Yeah, look at this. So like once they're rubbed down, seasoned up, I'm looking for which side has the fat. And this side's meaty, so this side's up. Yeah, it's softer. Anyway, you'll get the feel for it once you do 1,000 of these. Or like 10. 5. But it does, you learn what to look for, you learn what big chunks to cut out. Every single piece you get is a little bit different, just like you and me. And us all. But we're all like pretty much the same. So, same. Different. Same difference. Different, same. Nope, same difference. I'm trying to kind of just watch which side's the fat side to keep that up so that it all renders and melts down nice. Right about 200 degrees in the smoker for the next 14 hours. Or thereabouts. Slower at first, or lower temp rather at first. Then turn it up. It's just so nice how all that fat melts through the meat and kind of out of the meat, but still stays rendered. Like, all that will still stay there, just congeals. And so it just melts in your mouth, and then it's even more nutritious. It's kind of a generally tough piece of meat. The brisket. Especially on the sternum. And cooking it nice and slow. Keeps all that fat in it. Sort of melting and burning out of it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's my understanding. Makes it melt in your mouth, at least hot. Even cold, it's good. We should start selling this as like a cold cut. It's basically dressed up pastrami or roast beef. Checking around pastrami too. We will. But not till the food truck's hot. That's going to be a Michelin rating. Destination. Sit outside by the highway. Michelin rated attraction to Kremlin, Colorado. The triple confluence of the Blue River, Mighty Blue, Mighty Colorado, and the Muddy Creek, all at one hyper scenic geographical point. Low point. I think at the base of an ancient, or at least an Ice Age glacial lake bed, because I imagine the Gore Canyon would have been all like ice dammed up or glaciered up. Probably just like a glacier flowing out of there, but as it all melted, all of this basin along the Colorado River, and where we are here is like maybe 1,000-year flood bank, and then across the road and off down to the train tracks, basically down to river level, is like 500-year floodplain of just winding Colorado River, getting real slow and placid before it hits the Gore Canyon, where it's all like class 5 rapids, killers, people killers. Apparently people, RIP, get like swept or lost in the rapids, and they don't find their bodies or pieces of them until like Glenwood Canyon or Glenwood Springs, like another maybe 100 miles from here, or 75 miles. Yikes, dude. Not worth it to me. But that's just me. I'm just bored. I love it out on the river, but I'm not that crazy. Or that kind of crazy. Alright. Breaking up all these little pieces of brown sugar, making sure they're not like pieces of brisket, because that's kind of gross. Not that I won't just dry out in here, but I'm trying to get this to work and use it as a big ongoing batch. But this is the magic stuff. This is where I might need to start bottling in the shaker bottles. It's good. It's very good. It's really good. It's good. It's good.